Today, one topic, a simple one, how to get your first million on Spotify following these 5 tips. Imagination. Hey guys, welcome to the harbor, welcome to my studio. It's Monday, it's a business day. I usually hate these business days, but they're part of making music and advancing in the music industry. But today there's also something we have to celebrate. My song Dawning passed now 3 million plays. 3 million on Spotify, which is just insane. Also, All About passed 2.2 and Stay, the newest one, passed 500,000. That's like amazing. Thanks to every single person listening to any of my songs. So since a lot of people always ask me how I actually do that, let's talk about how to get your first million on Spotify. It's easier as you might think if you get one thing right, and that's already the first out of 5 steps to get to 1 million. The first one is the most crucial by far. Without it, all of the other steps are worthless. And that is, of course, your music, your song. It needs to be good. And to make it really clear, it needs to be good for other people, not just for you. I know as a producer, you make your own stuff and you think it's amazing, especially at the beginning. So I'd say the first 2 or 3 years, there's no way you will make a good song. It will be shit, but you will think it's good. Don't release it. It's really usually not worth it. You will just lose a lot of time and at the end regret that that song is up there on all of these stores, and getting rid of it again, it's pretty hard. Also, you have to understand Spotify is a place where people listen to music, so it makes sense to make music that people actually like to listen to. Club music performs a lot less on Spotify. I would even argue that on Spotify, like background music for coffee places, elevators, and this kind of stuff performs better than some club stuff. Your song needs to be catchy. Your song should start right away because the algorithm of Spotify works that way. It analyzes for how long people listen to your song. If they skip it within the first 15 seconds, that's really not good. So make sure that it immediately starts and that people also know what kind of style to expect just from the intro. So if you make like a deep house guitar song, make sure it starts with a guitar and already catches the vibe and is like easy accessible for the listener. Having a song that sounds modern and sounds like now is also quite important. And of course making it catchy and hooky, but that was already also the case with radio music. I mean, Spotify playlist, they basically are replacing step-by-step radio. Step number 2 is the logical next step. Once you have the right song that is good enough to be released, it's time to find someone that actually releases it. Because there's no way you take your song and like send it to Spotify or to Apple Music. There has to be a distributor in between or even a label. So you can pitch your song to a label where it fits, try to send it out as a demo. You will usually have to give away 50% of whatever your song earns. With a major label, even up to 80%. But in return, they will take care of the promotion for you. The second alternative is to find a distributor yourself and basically start your own label. But please remember, don't really start your own label. Just use the distributor to release your own music. If you want to start your own label, you should only do that if you actually want to release music by other people. And that's like a whole nother story. At the end, you will be stuck just promoting and not making music anymore. So the obvious choices is like CD Baby, DistroKid, and they're like TuneCore and a bunch more. Basically, everyone is offering this at the moment. The problem is they only do one thing for you, and that is they take your song and put it out on all of these stores, collect the money and give it to you. They don't help you with promotion. They don't really help you if anything goes wrong. And they also do not pitch your music to Spotify. They just don't do that. So there is no way your song will end up on a playlist if you choose them. It's just out there and you will only get the place that you make sure to get onto your songs, which is quite hard, especially as a beginner. There is one small alternative that I started. It's similar to DistroKid. So you send your song to me, to my company actually. It's a non-profit called SineUP where young artists can like distribute their song. They get 100% of whatever the song makes. And on top of that, we also make sure to promote your song, put it in our playlist with a couple of thousand followers. We repost it on SoundCloud, and if the song's good enough, we also pitch it directly to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, and also Amazon. This is unfortunately invite only because we can't handle more. Again, it's non-profit, so we have to balance it with our time. There's a link in the description, the first one. Just click on it, apply, send us your song. We'll get back to you and try to do the best for you. Anyways, let's get to spot number 3. Once your song is out there, you need to start to promote it. Obviously, share it on all of your social media. Maybe share it already a month ahead, like small snippets, to just get a little bit of interaction and like people actually wanting to listen to the full song. And then on the release day, post on all of your social media, and the following week basically daily, and then the rest of the month at least like twice per week. Make sure everyone knows about you releasing that new song. Also make sure to upload your song to SoundCloud, and also make sure to get some reposts. Every single person that listens to your song, even if it's not on Spotify, will help you to get more plays on Spotify, because they might one day just search for it on Spotify. So SoundCloud repost trading, if you already have a big channel, sometimes you can pay people to repost. I know it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still a viable, inexpensive option. Also, YouTube channels, there are huge YouTube channels that will upload your song. They will keep all of the money, usually, that YouTube makes them, but in return you get good promotion, and they usually put first link in the description, your link to Spotify. You can also send out your song to blogs. That's a little annoying to do because you send it out to 101 response, and usually they want money. So if you have some money to spend, blog promotion, you can do Facebook and Instagram advertisement as well. It's not that efficient because you're just selling a product that doesn't make you a whole lot of profit. If you get one person to click on your Instagram ad and listen to your song, it's like half a cent. If you would sell any kind of product, your margin would be a lot bigger. So basically, if you're just starting out and you're on a tight budget, just don't do Facebook, Instagram ads. It's really not worth it, financially speaking. You could ask YouTubers to use your music, or allow them to use your music as a background music in their videos. That's a nice way to get discovered. And also TikTok is at the moment extremely big. For example, that little ex-Nas song Old Town Road, it's only on top of the charts. I mean, it's a cool song, kind of, it's catchy, so it really works. But it got really big and all of the attention through TikTok and memes, and people actually kind of making fun, not necessarily of the song, but just making fun kind of meme content with the song. Number 4 is something you unfortunately can't control. That is the luck and the time factor. Of course, if your song is longer on Spotify, it will have more plays. And the luck factor is actually if someone at Spotify likes your song enough, or you like published it at enough places, made promotion at enough places that they kind of see that your song is working, or they just like it and they put it into a Spotify playlist. That's big news, because this will usually result in a ton of plays. For example, my Dawning song, the one with 3-point-something million plays, it ended up in Germany's biggest chill house playlist that has like 1 million followers, and it pretty fast gained these kind of plays. Very easy. Again, it's like the radio replacement. Someone that curates that playlist liked the song enough, thought it fits into the playlist, added it to the playlist, and then that's it. That's all you do. You just wait and get 1 million plays. Of course, all of the previous steps help you to get there. The song needs to be good. You need to release it. You need to promote it. And also, nowadays, the algorithm actually makes up more and more of the plays. So the playlists aren't curated anymore by humans. It's an algorithm that detects for how long someone plays the song, what other songs he's listening to, if he goes back to the same song, listens to it, if he comes from another social media and listens to it. These are things that Spotify likes, and they will in return play your song to even more people. So even if you might think like, why should I do social media? Why should I promote it? I can anyways only reach 100 people. If you reach 100 people, Spotify will make sure that 10 times more will actually listen to your song. And with the next song, just build it up. Try to reach 200 people, and Spotify will again give you around about 10 times more based on the algorithm. Number 5 is a step and tip that not a lot of people like to hear, because it actually involves a lot of work, and that is just never give up and do it constantly. If you just release 1 song per year, you have like one chance to actually get into a Spotify playlist. If you make 10 songs and 10 good songs, it's almost guaranteed that you will end up in a playlist. And this can give you enough steam to build up your artist career, make money, make even better music. It will be like just positive for you. But you have to keep up these releases. I'd say like every 2 months at least. Every month is too much to be considered at Spotify. But every 1.5, 2, 2.5, maybe even 3. But if you do less than that, it will actually hurt you. Because even if one of your songs gets into a playlist, if you can't follow it up, it's basically all gone. These plays will fade away. And you can't build up on something. If there's just 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs per year, people will actually forget about you. So make sure that there's constantly something coming from you, that you're constantly present with songs and your social media, and eventually you will get up there to 1 million. I hope these 5 steps will help you to get there. If you have any other suggestions or questions, just leave them in the comments. Tomorrow back again here in the studio. Today I really just have to take care of phone calls. We're now switching our distributor for our label. We're now switching to the same one that Armada is also using. So that's a huge step. So phone calls and contracts and this kind of bullshit. Imagination.